Santa Rosa County on a Sunday night, tragedy struck as a 41-year-old man, Michael Delmar, took the life of his 42-year-old wife, Katie Delmar, in a horrific act of murder-suicide at their residence on 1016 Adrian Way, Garcon Point. The dreadful event unfolded around 8:15 p.m., leaving 3 innocent children within the household traumatized and scarred. Reports indicate that amidst the chaos, one child sustained a gunshot wound, adding to the harrowing scene. Sheriff Bob Johnson addressed the media on Tuesday morning, revealing the grim details of the incident. According to the sheriff, Michael Delmar barged into a room brandishing a firearm, assaulting Katie Delmar before dragging her to the living room where he ruthlessly ended her life with multiple gunshots. The sound of gunfire sent the children fleeing in terror, with one child seeking refuge in the home of a neighboring Okaloosa County deputy who promptly alerted emergency services. Law enforcement responded swiftly, establishing a perimeter and urging Michael Delmar to surrender peacefully. Despite their efforts, the standoff ended tragically as SWAT teams breached the residence, discovering the lifeless bodies of the couple. Amidst the chaos, 2 of the children, one of whom suffered a gunshot wound, were rushed to Sacred Heart Hospital for urgent medical attention. Sheriff Johnson emphasized the importance of providing support and counseling for the traumatized children, aged 4, 8, and 13, who are now under the care of relatives. Reflecting on the devastating loss, Sheriff Johnson urged the community to offer prayers for the grieving family, acknowledging the long and painful journey ahead for those left behind. Tragically, this incident wasn't the first time law enforcement had been called to the Delmar residence for domestic disturbances, underscoring the cyclical nature of such violence. Records reveal Michael Delmar's prior brush with the law in 2015 for petty theft, indicating a history of legal troubles preceding this senseless act of violence. Remembering Katie Delmar. The community mourns the loss of Katie Delmar, a devoted mother from Santa Rosa County, tragically taken in a murder-suicide by her husband on Sunday night. For 16 years, Katie was a pillar of the Animal Hospital of Tiger Point, where she served as the office manager. Colleagues fondly recall her nurturing nature, unwavering compassion, and dedication to lifting others through adversity. Ashley Bernardo, a friend and coworker, reflects on Katie's profound impact, emphasizing her genuine concern for people's well-being. The news of Katie's untimely passing deeply shook the staff, highlighting the profound loss felt throughout the clinic. Roxanne Johnson shares poignant memories of Katie, particularly her unwavering love for her 3 children, whom she cherished above all else. Despite the overwhelming grief, friends and colleagues unite in prayer, hoping for strength and resilience for Katie's children in the difficult days ahead. Katie's legacy as a compassionate leader echoes through the testimonies of those who knew her best. Her patience, empathy, and boundless love extended not only to her family, but also to every soul she encountered. Her infectious spirit, filled with laughter and camaraderie, brightened the clinic, making it a place of joy and warmth. In a poignant gathering, staff members at the Animal Hospital share cherished memories of Katie, underscoring the profound impact she had on their lives. Through shared videos and photographs, they pay tribute to her kindness, ensuring that her memory lives on within their close-knit community. As they grapple with the enormity of their loss, colleagues vow to uphold Katie's legacy of compassion and generosity. Her absence leaves a void in their hearts, yet her spirit remains a guiding light, inspiring them to continue her legacy of kindness and support. After the discovery of her missing daughter's charred remains and bone fragments inside her apartment in 2023, a 28-year-old mother faces an extensive prison sentence of over 8 decades. The 18th Judicial District Attorney's Office declared on June 12th that Alexus Nelson received an 84-year prison term from a judge following her guilty plea to second-degree murder charges involving her 5-year-old daughter, Maha Lee. Additionally, Nelson admitted to tampering with a deceased body and attempting to influence a public servant. Notably, she waived her right to appeal as part of the plea agreement. To be specific, Nelson was sentenced to 48 years on the murder charge, 24 years on the tampering charge, and 12 years on the attempt to influence charge, with all of the sentences to be served consecutively, meaning one after another. According to prosecutors, concerns arose on May 30, 2023, when Lee's grandmother contacted the Aurora Police Department, reporting no contact with the child for approximately 3 weeks. Nelson informed officers that she had arranged for her daughter's adoption through an agency, but subsequent investigation revealed no evidence to support her claim. A search warrant executed at Nelson's residence revealed distressing evidence. Detectives detected the smell of decomposing flesh emanating from a closet on the patio, leading to the discovery of a bag containing Lee's charred remains. When authorities searched the bag, they said they found what looked to be a rib cage that was a size consistent with a 5-year-old child. Further examination uncovered bone fragments amidst ashes in the fireplace. Aurora Police Chief Art Acevedo expressed the emotional toll on officers tasked with such a harrowing discovery, lamenting the heartbreaking condition in which they found the young victim. District Attorney John Kellner, reflecting on the sentencing, emphasized Nelson's deliberate choice to end her daughter's life despite available adoption options. He underscored the severity of her actions, stating that while comprehending the motives behind such monstrous behavior may prove challenging, justice demands Nelson be held accountable for her abhorrent crime through a lengthy incarceration. Over the weekend, police shot and killed a 33-year-old man who they suspected of killing and dismembering his roommate. The man had approached them with a knife and a human torso in his hands. The Fort Myers Police Department reports that at approximately 11:30 p.m. on Sunday, June 9th, they received a tip about a mother and her 2 young children hiding under a carport, so the police responded to Grand Avenue and Waltman Street. They saw the adult female when they got there, and she told them her husband, Willy Lumaine, was actively killing their roommate. When police arrived at the house, they saw a blood trail and an open door. Police rapidly set up a perimeter around the house and attempted to speak with Lumaine and any potential victims. Lumaine allegedly walked to the back window and used a big knife to break it. Although Lumaine was told to put down his weapon by the police, he allegedly climbed out of the window holding the knife in one hand and what appeared to be a dismembered body part in the other. The police identified the body part as a torso in an incident report. Still clutching the knife, Lumaine apparently climbed out the window and approached the officers. He was shot at by police, who then helped him until paramedics could get there. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators determined that the man was killed and dismembered during a violent attack that took place at the residence. The incident report that WFTX-TV shared states that someone heard the roommate cry out, "Help! He is killing me," repeated multiple times. Officers discovered that Lumaine had been mad since June 8th for unknown reasons, and that this mood continued until June 9th, when Lumaine approached them holding a knife. Fort Myers police officers allegedly tried to stop him using tasers at first, but it did not work. The roommate's head was discovered next to a garbage can, and the remainder of the body was located within the residence. For the time being, the officer or officers involved in the shooting are on administrative leave, and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is investigating the incident.
My brother was a nice person, an easy person, a person when you see him smiling to people.
Now Ronald Francois will never see his brother Benito smile again.
Still in state of shock.
Sunday night, Ronald was working overnight. He says he usually stops by to see his brother, who lives a couple blocks away from him. But this time, something was wrong. He saw tons of police vehicles and crime scene tape covered his brother's home.
I don't know what's going on until when I get home here, I call my brother. I call my brother his phone.
Little did he know his brother had just been murdered by his roommate, Willy Lumaine, killed and then cut up to pieces.
The evil guy didn't stop after that. He decapitated my brother's body.
Ronald says Benito was the oldest of 8 children and Ronald's best friend.
The sentencing of Rebecca Grossman, the wife of a well-known plastic surgeon, to 15 years to life in state prison with the possibility of parole has been announced by Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon. This verdict stems from an incident in 2020 where Grossman sped through a crosswalk, tragically striking and killing 2 young brothers. In February, a jury found Grossman guilty of felony murder and vehicular manslaughter with gross negligence in the deaths of 11-year-old Marcus Kander and 8-year-old Jacob Iskander, as well as hit-and-run driving resulting in death. Additionally, Grossman has been ordered to pay $47,161.89 in restitution to the victims. Expressing disappointment with the sentence, Gascon remarked. While we respect the judicial process, we are deeply disappointed with the outcome of today's sentencing. Our office recommended that Ms. Grossman be sentenced to 34 years to life in prison. The incident occurred on September 29, 2020, around 7:10 p.m., when Grossman struck the two juveniles as they were crossing the street, resulting in one immediate death and the other succumbing to injuries hours later at a local hospital. According to prosecutors, the boys were crossing in a marked crosswalk with their parents when the tragic collision occurred. Despite hitting the children, Grossman continued driving until her car engine stalled approximately a quarter-mile away. Grossman, known for her association with the Grossman Burn Foundation and as the wife of a prominent plastic surgeon, Dr. Peter Grossman, appealed for leniency in a letter to the judge prior to sentencing, expressing remorse and claiming she would have taken any measure to avoid the accident. However, prosecutors argued that Grossman showed no genuine remorse and attempted to shift blame onto the victims and her ex-boyfriend, former Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Scott Erickson. They contended that Grossman was under the influence of alcohol and Valium at the time of the incident, driving at excessive speeds well above the legal limit. Despite the legal proceedings proving challenging for the victim's family, their mother expressed relief at the trial's conclusion, stating it would provide closure. Tragically, the lifeless body of Samantha McCowan, a 32-year-old woman who went missing after a car accident, was discovered inside the trunk of a vehicle at a pre-owned car dealership. Jones County Sheriff's Department reported that on Friday, June 7th, around 1 a.m., McCowan crashed her vehicle into a Mississippi Power Company pole on Victory Road near Highway 184, resulting in a power outage. Although surveillance footage captured her leaving the scene of the accident, her whereabouts remained unknown thereafter. In their efforts to locate McCowan, the Sheriff's Department employed various search techniques, including area canvassing and drone deployment. McCowan's phone was recovered from her car, indicating she lacked electronic communication means upon leaving the crash site on foot. Jones County detectives made a grim discovery on Monday, June 10th, when human remains were found at a pre-owned car lot on Highway 184. Subsequent identification confirmed the body as that of McCowan. The Sheriff's Department clarified that no suspicious activity was suspected in her death, survived by her parents, forever partner, 5 children, 3 sisters, and numerous extended family members. McCowan's passing leaves a profound void in the lives of those who knew and loved her.